Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? I hope you're having a fabulous and fantastic day today. I just wanted to pop on very quickly and talk a little bit about investing for retirement after the ripe old age of 40. So maybe you are 40 years old and maybe you haven't started investing just yet. Maybe you're not sure exactly what all of this stuff means, and you're not sure what you should be investing in, how much you need to get started, none of that stuff. Let me just say, I'm here to tell you it's okay. 47% of Americans are not invested right now. And I'm here to share the good news with you, which is it's not too late. Hey guys, I'm Alex, financial freedom coach, and I help families escape financial slavery so they can create financial freedom so they can live their best life and leave a legacy for their family. And so, guys, I want to share with you a few things about investing for retirement, especially for people after the age of 40. The reason why I'm kind of pinpointing this age is because so much of the information that is out there, so much of the advice out there is all geared towards millennials, right? And one of the things that I see is millennials, not saying that they don't need the information. I'm simply saying that Generation X and baby boomers, these are the people who are closer to retirement age. So they absolutely need more information in order for them to what? Prepare themselves for retirement. Muscle mom, how you doing? And so it's very important that if you're 40 years old and you haven't started already, it's fine. It's okay. Okay. But I am here to tell you that you do want to start as soon as you possibly can. All right. And I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I want you to do or want you to consider in order to make sure that you are preparing yourself for retirement. But first, I want you to understand investing in stocks is a great way for you to generate passive wealth, for you to build passive wealth and maybe even generate more income. So in case you don't know, there are two aspects of stock. When you purchase a stock, is giving you ownership in a company, and that ownership entitles you to a piece of the profits. Okay. So that's number one. So you can get potentially a piece of the profits through dividends. Okay. That's where your income comes into play. All right. But most of us know of us about making money because the stock price is what? Going up and going down, right? That is what's called capital gains. All right. And those capital gains are considered a great way to passively build wealth. Okay. So your dividend is more geared towards the income side, and your capital gains is actually more geared towards the wealth building aspect of investing. Okay. So why is it important? Why is it important that you're actually investing? So here's the reason why. If you are if you are not putting your money, putting your capital, if you're not investing it in assets that produce income for you, then that means that you're going to have to continue to work to fund number one, your current lifestyle. You gotta pay for you gotta pay your bills. You gotta pay to live, right? And so if you don't have assets that are working for you that are generating income on your behalf, that means you're going to have to do it. Okay. So that's number one, to pay for your current lifestyle. But then number two, that means that you have to figure out a way to pay for your future lifestyle. Hey guys, let's face it. You are not, number one, you don't want to always have to work your entire life. Am I right? And then number two, we never know, unfortunately, what the future holds for us. So, in all likelihood, there will come a time when we either don't want to work or we are possibly unable to work. So, you want to make sure that you have something in place that is what? Working for you, working on your behalf. So that's the reason why it is so important that we begin to invest your money so you can start putting it in assets that can work for you on your behalf to take care of your current lifestyle and take care of your future lifestyle. All right. Now, and the other reason why I think it's really important for us to really start paying attention if we haven't been is the simple fact that every day we're growing older. And so that means that the amount of time that we have available for our money to be working on our behalf, every day that goes by is one less day that compound interest can be working on our behalf. And so compound interest is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It allows us to grow our money over time. And the longer you have your money invested, let me tell you something, the more that money is working for you. I think I got some real quick numbers here, and I got it right here. Just to give you an example, to give you an example. Let's say on average, let's say that you invested 10% of your annual salary. Okay. And we'll just say that you averaged, I'm gonna go with $40,000. So we'll say that you took 10% of $40,000. Okay. That's $4,000 a year. All right. Let's say that you invested it for 10 years. Okay. From your age now, 10 years going forward. That money, which means you would have invested $40,000 over a 10-year period if it's invested at 8% interest in the stock market, then that $40,000 will turn into $60,000 in just 10 years. So it's roughly about 1.5 times your salary. But if you haven't invested for 20 years for double the time, your money does not double, it actually triples. It goes from $40,000 that you invested, that money in 20 years would now almost be $200,000. You see how this grows? Because of compound interest, because of earning money on top of your money, right? And earning money on top of the money that your money earns, over time, it begins to grow and multiply exponentially. Okay. So that $40,000 that you invested for 10 years turns into 60,000. That same amount of money that you invested for 20 years is now 196,000. Hey, Dre the Barber, how you doing? That's almost 5 times your annual salary. And if you started if you started young at 25, it'll be 1.1 million. It'll be 1.1 million. All right. So so that just kind of gives you an idea of just how amazing compound interest is. Why is that so important? It's important because every day, because of inflation, inflation is taking a piece taken away from the value of our dollars. And we know right now we are in a situation where inflation is actually pretty high. So $100 that you have today, the same time next year, that $100 will probably only buy about 94 or $95 worth of goods. And that's because of inflation. Now, the only way that you can get ahead of that is what? By investing, by having your money work for you, and by putting compound interest on your side. Guys, let me know if this is making sense. Let me know this if this is making sense. Let me know if you can hear me out there. You know what I'm saying? Because my goal is to try to help as many people as possible get the information they need so they can start building wealth, so they can start having money work for them. And the thing that I'm always saying is for those of us who are over 40, then we have to, hey, Latanya, how you doing? Thank you so much. For people who are over 40, it means our window is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So there are going to be some things that we need to do just a little bit differently than someone who's, say, 25 years old. All right. So you want to make sure that your money is working for you. Compound interest is the absolute best way to beat inflation. And the only way that you can get compound interest is if your money is working for you, meaning it's invested. So, very shortly, very quickly, because I said I wasn't going to be too long, I want to share with you three things that I would like for you to do. Three things that I want you to do. Three things that I want you to do. First of all, this is not one of the three, but first of all, I want you to realize that investing, stock investing, it isn't as difficult or as complicated as TV and all these financial gurus and guys make it out to be. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. Okay. So I just want you to really understand it's not that difficult. All right. And then just know that as long as you are in the market over time, the tide is going to raise all boats. All of the boats are going to raise in value over time, meaning all of the stocks are going to raise in value over time. So over time, you never have to worry about losing your money over time. All right. So here are the three things I want you guys to consider. Number one, I want you to set a goal. I want you to set a goal. I want you to start thinking, if you haven't thought about it now, I want you to start thinking about when you want to retire. When do you want to retire? Guys, because I want you to understand that if you fail to plan, right, you're going to be in a very bad situation. And so if you start planning, planning makes everything so much easier. So if you know that you want to retire at, say, 60, all right, then whatever your age is now, you calculate, you figure out, okay, how many more years do I have left? All right. How many more years do I have left before I want to retire or to reach my goal? Is it a goal of retirement? Is it a goal of paying for children's college? Is it a goal of being able to buy or start another business? Whatever it is, when you start to look at whatever the goal is, then you're able to start planning backwards. You're able to start working backwards. You're able to start with the end in mind, which allows you to plan for it going forward. So, if nothing else, I want you to set a goal. Determine, when do I want to retire? And then ask yourself, how much is it going to take in order for you to retire? Okay? When do I want to retire? And how much is it going to take for me to have the lifestyle that I want in retirement? What is that going to cost? All right. So now that you have that, now that you know what that is, okay, I want you to start working backwards. The second thing is do a budget. Do a budget. Hey, how you doing, Dr. Lisa? A lot of people want to get away from doing a budget. But let me tell you something. The only way that you can start to do what? Fix your money. The only way you can start to fix it is by first writing it down. There's no other way. You cannot get around it. Understand, if there's something that you want to do as it relates to your finances, if there are some things that you want to improve, if there are some things that you want to make better and make different, you cannot do it without first doing a budget. There's no other way. Now, doing the budget, doing the spending plan allows you to understand, where is your money going? How is your money being spent and being utilized? How can you begin to make some adjustments and some changes? I didn't say cut out all the things that you want to do in life. I didn't say take out all the fun of living. All I said was, you want to make sure that you begin to take notice of what your money is doing and where it's going. Because if you go back to number one, the goal that you set, if your goal is a really, really big goal and is really, really important to you, now you can start looking at your money to see how it lines up with accomplishing your goal. Is it aligned with what you want to do? And if it is, guess what? Keep doing it. But if your money isn't going to allow you to achieve the goal that you want, that you set for yourself, then some adjustments are going to have to be made. And some of those adjustments may mean shifting where your money goes. It may mean that you have to generate some additional income, right? Whatever it takes, you begin to massage it and work the numbers to help you figure out, what is it going to take for you to achieve your goal by the date you have set for yourself. Okay. And the only way that you can do that is, number two, by setting a budget, by doing a budget. All right. And then once you have your goal set, once you have created your budget and created your spending plan, now I want you to take the monies that you have left over, all right? The monies that you have set aside, I want you to take your savings, and I want you to consider, uh, if you are employed, I want you to consider, uh, if you're not participating in your employer 401k plan, I encourage you to get the details, call your HR department, find out if you are eligible to participate in the company's 401k program. And if you are, I would encourage you to get the details, and then start investing, especially if they're matching, especially if your company is doing a match, meaning they also contribute money based on what you contribute. If they're doing that, that's free money. You want to make sure that you are taking advantage of your company's 401k plan. All right. If you happen to be self employed and you do not work for someone else, guess what? No sweat. You can actually go to a company like Vanguard, Charles Schwab, Fidelity. These companies also have what's called a SEP, SEPIRA, and that stands for Simplified Employee Pension. So you can create your own individual pension for yourself. So the SEP stands for Simplified Employee Pension Plan, and IRA, of course, stands for Individual Retirement Account. And I would encourage you to set one of those up for yourself, because you are now able to contribute to your own retirement plan. And the beautiful thing about it, those contributions that you make to your retirement plan are also tax deductible, which allows you to reduce the taxes that you pay throughout the year. You can't beat that, guys. You can't beat that. So let me know if you have any questions. I love to answer any questions you may have. It's SEP as in Paul. SEP P as in Paul, IRA, SEP IRA. Okay. And that is particularly for people who are self-employed. And this is really for you to set up your own individual retirement account. Now, the thing that's interesting, the reason why I'm saying the SEP IRA, because your SEP IRA is a little bit different than your traditional IRA. Your traditional IRA, as an individual, you are able to contribute monies to your IRA. All right. But you're going to be limited to $6,000 a year. If you are over the age of 50, you can put up to $7,000 a year. However, you're welcome, Lisa. However, if you have a SEP IRA, as an employee, as a employed person, as a self-employed person, you as the business owner are able to contribute to your retirement on your behalf as an employee. Okay, you're able to contribute up to $19,000. So the threshold is much higher. Instead of it being 6 or 7,000, you can contribute up to 19,000. Okay? So you're able to contribute so much more through this particular vehicle. And that's the reason why I'm suggesting that you take a look at the SEP IRA as opposed to just the regular IRA. All right? So, guys, I hope this helps. I'm going to be sharing information over the next coming days and weeks about how to get started investing in the stock market. If you are over the age of, if you are 40 plus, I want you to know that the world is not over, and you can still retire and live well. All right, even if you're over the age of 40, it means that you just have to have some different strategies, and you have some different things that you have to take a look at, and some different considerations that you have to think about, and that's all right. So, hey guys, if you're just joining me, I'm just wrapping up, but please go back, watch this video. Let me know if you have any questions. I love to answer any questions you may have, and share with a friend, guys. We need to get this information out to as many people as we possibly can, especially people who we know who are probably not investing in the stock market or anything else for that matter. Please share this information with other people we love and care about, and people in our community. Okay. All right. Take care. God bless. Have a fantastic and wonderful day. All right. See you next time.